Learn how a function can access and use its own local variables. This example divides a function with a local variable and return a result using that variable. Let's look at the example together. Closure starts with understanding that functions have access to their own scope. And here in this lesson, rather, we're going to be making a simple example to demonstrate that. Inside my script tag, I already have some comment or the outline of the steps that needs to be taken in order to achieve the example. The first one says create a function and name it my function. So let's go ahead and make a function. Function, my function. So inside it says we should declare a local variable and name it a and give it a value of 4. So let's make a local variable, which we have done. Then it says return a asterisk a, return a asterisk a, which is this. So now I have my function. I need a way to display the results. So I can do document.get element by id dot inner html equals my function. Just call it. And now you can see 16 displayed on the screen. Now, what just happened in our code? Well, a closure means that a function can remember and use variables inside it. We first have this local variable declared inside this. Then we return the same variable to be multiplied by itself. And then it gave us the right answer. This means that a closure means a function can remember and use variable inside it. Now, what we just did is that we first define a function that has a variable that exists only inside that function. Then we return a times a, which gives us 16. Then we call the function. You can see we are calling the function here. We can as well take this down if you don't want it up. This will still not change anything. And then the result is displayed. Now, few things to note about this example is that local variable exists inside functions. So these variables are locally scoped to the functions where they belong. Functions as well can access their own variables, and variables are not accessible outside because these variables are locally scoped to this function. You cannot access them outside unless they are within that function. So in this example, we create a function and define a variable inside it. That variable cannot be accessed outside, but the function can still use it to return a result. If it is inside the function, only the function can use it. So what we have here is locally scoped variable and not accessible outside. So the function uses its internal value to return a times a. Now, this is the foundation of closures. Functions working with variable inside their own scope. So let's look at some few takeaways from this lesson. Number one is that A is private to the function because it's locally scoped. And number two is that only the function can use it. So anything outside the function cannot access this A unless it is the function itself. Number three is that output is based on internal logic. So that internal logic is that the function itself is returning it, and that is why we were able to access it outside. So for example, let me do something like this without calling the function. Let me return A. Now you can see that immediately I switch this to A, the value disappears. So now let's now check the console to see if there's any glitch or an error. You can see A is not defined. That's because A is locally scope and private to this function, it cannot be used outside. So that is why the only thing that can use it is still the function. And when we call the function, it was able to return the statement inside of it.